answering 73 questions for a 70-question build video?
I don't know what that is, but sure, come in.
What is your full name?
I am Thomas Jeffrey Collins.
Where are you from?
I am originally from Oklahoma, but I moved to California, and that's where I've lived ever since.
How long did you live in Oklahoma?
Until the 1930s, so about when I was 32.
What were you doing in the 1930s?
Barely living.
What did you do before the 1930s?
My dad was a farmer, and so I took after him, and I farmed too.
What was your school like?
I didn't go to school. I quit when I was 13 to help my dad on the farm.
How big was your family when you traveled?
It was me, my wife, my 2 boys, and my parents.
How old were your kids when you moved?
My boys were 10 and 12.
Did you go to church?
Every Sunday.
Why did you move to California?
Haven't you ever heard of the Great Depression or the Dust Bowl? Basically, all the land that my father owned became unusable for crops, so we had to find money elsewhere.
Why did you choose California?
Well, I saw this flyer for jobs in California, so we figured that was our best bet.
How far did you travel?
It was like 1,000 to 2,000 miles.
What route did you take?
Route 66.
Did other people also move to California?
Yeah. I heard once that just from Oklahoma alone, it was like 400,000. But then there were also people from Texas and Arkansas.
Did you find work right when you got to California?
Heck no.
How come?
Because so many people were there. There was not enough jobs and too many people. Jobs only lasted like 2 days, and there was like hundreds of men lined up, so it was hard. We had to constantly move for new jobs.
How much did you get paid if you did find work?
Just like less than $1 an hour.
Where did you live?
For the most part, we lived in our car because we traveled around so much, but you can come up here. Then we started living in these towns we eventually started calling Hoovervilles.
Why did you call them Hoovervilles?
Because it was President Hoover's fault that we were homeless and didn't have any jobs.
Did you like living in the Hoovervilles?
No, they were nasty. No running water. We built these shelters out of anything we could find. It was terrible.
What car did you drive?
I drove a 1929 Model T Ford.
How would you say your overall health was during this time?
Well, we didn't have a whole lot of food or water, and we were constantly traveling, so the stress of not being able to provide for my family really took a toll on my health.
Have you ever had a nickname?
Yep, the Californians called us Dust Bowl refugees or Okies.
Did Californians like you?
No.
How come?
Well, they didn't like that we came and took all of their opportunities for getting jobs.
Who did you vote for in the 1932 presidential election?
Ha! Definitely not Hoover.
Then who?
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
What were some things he did that helped you?
Well, he helped us get new jobs, and he gave us Social Security. Then he had his New Deal, so it really helped us get back on our feet.
What did you do for fun?
We like to play Monopoly, and we did swing dancing.
What was your favorite type of music?
Favorite type of music? Probably old country.
What are your favorite songs?
There's Dust Bowl Refugee by Woody Guthrie and California Okie by Buck Owens.
Can you sing one of them?
Sure. I'm a Dust Bowl refugee, just a Dust Bowl refugee. From the Dust Bowl to the Peach Bowl, just a Dust Bowl refugee.
What did you eat?
Not much.
Why didn't you have a lot of food?
Well, there's plenty of food, but no one had any money to buy the food, so the food all rotted.
Were there any soup kitchens?
Oh, sure, but there were so many people lined up that you really didn't get much.
Have you ever read the book Grapes of Wrath?
Yeah, I hate that book.
Why do you hate it?
Because it makes us Okies look like dumb people.
Were you able to find a better job?
Yeah, eventually the Lord provided me a good job.
Doing what?
I got onto the job to work on the Golden Gate Bridge.
How much did you make a year?
About $1,500.
Did your wife work?
No, she stayed home with the kids.
Did your kids go to school?
No, not really.
How come?
Well, education back then was really screwed up. The teachers couldn't get paid much, and so there really weren't any teachers, so my kids didn't go to school.
Were you able to retire?
Yeah, eventually. With the Social Security, I could have retired when I was 65, but I decided to keep working until I was 75.
Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
Any bad habits?
Well, the stress of not being able to provide for my family made me start smoking, and I haven't quit since.
Favorite actors from the 1930s?
Clark Gable.
What did your kids end up doing?
My boys got into construction.
Has your family grown?
Oh, yeah.
How old are your great-great-grandkids?
I don't know, like in their early 20s.
Do you think they will have a better life than yours?
Yes and no.
Why yes?
Yes, because they have a lot more opportunities and they can get an education.
Why no?
No, because I think every generation has their challenges.
What is one piece of advice you'd give this generation?
Work hard and pray harder.
Can we meet your great-great-granddaughter?
Sure. Can she finish this interview? I should be dead and buried by now.
Sure.
Okay, let me go get her. Hi.
Wow, did you know you look just like your great-great-grandfather?
Yeah, I get that a lot.
So what's your name?
I am Rebecca Collins.
What did you do?
I am a full-time student.
Okay. How was your life different from your great-great-grandfather's?
Well, I have a lot more opportunities. I, for one, can go to school. Yeah, I know he wasn't able to go to school. And I definitely use a lot more technology than he ever did.
How is it the same?
I think that we both have to work hard for what we want.
Do you use any welfare programs?
No, not really, but I have Social Security still, and when I was growing up, I was on the Head Start program.
Did you get called an Okie or a Dust Bowl refugee?
Yeah, sometimes we still get called Okies.
Do you like that nickname?
Yeah, I feel like it gives me a lot of pride, and it reminds me of my great-grandfather.
Did your family stay in California or did they move?
We've stayed here in California.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Are you worried about finding a job after you graduate from college?
No, not really.
Do most people go to school like you before starting a career?
Yeah. A lot of people go to college. There's also a lot of new working programs, so if people don't want to go to college, they can get trained in a specific skill. Like, I have a friend who's in an electrician apprenticeship, so there's different programs like that.
Have you ever had to worry where your next meal is coming from?
No, thank the Lord, I have always been able to have a meal on the table for every meal of the day, and I'm really thankful for that.
What do you like to do for fun?
I like to watch Netflix, and look at memes on the internet, and like to watch YouTube videos, you know, different stuff.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how happy are you with your life?
I'd probably give my life a 8.
What have you learned from your great-great-grandfather?
That's a good one. I think work hard and pray harder.
Okay, thank you.
Bye. You can go out this door.